Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and let's talk a little bit about MSI's Project Zero. This has been announced for a while, and I've wanted to do something on it, but now we actually have more information, a little bit more on this, and that is, well, MSI has actually got their page up, even though it seems like their site is broken for me. Like, it won't let me click on anything, but here's Project Zero anyways. It's an AM5 B650 board. This is actually, I'd actually like to use a build in it and show it off in a system because I think it looks really cool. I don't know, like performance-wise, all the specs there, that's something I'd have to test, see how well it operates. But the board itself, if you just take a look at it and you see, you don't notice any power cables in the front. So this has really cleaned it up. I mean, it might even, when you think about it, what they can do here is a multitude of things, right? You don't have all those cables up in front, so airflow can be more direct, even though you can overpower airflow with wires and just by sheer force. It's just one thing of airflow. It changes a little bit differently depending on what you put in front of it. And you can maybe have more room for heat sinks because guess what? There's nothing on the front side that you have to worry about. No plugs, no wires, no routing, none of that. And you can maybe dedicate that a little bit more. And then on the back side, you have all your power connectors, your fan connectors, your front panel I/O, your SATA connections, everything on that side, running it clean. Especially if you're in these cases today where you're hiding the hard drives. Anyways, they're down below, and all that stuff is behind the case. Guess what? You're never going to see any of that. Your M.2 is hidden, all that stuff, and you're going to have for a really clean build, be able to show it off if that's something you want to do. And I mean, I don't know if you'll see any performance enhancements in the cooling side, but you could, depending upon how many wires and everything else you stick in front. But it's another thing where you could. I mean, if MSI were to build this out, I'm sure that they could do like a $200-300 board, right? Very expensive board. But that board ATX, be able to be a lot bigger heat sinks on it and much better cooling, keep that heat off. And that's something probably somebody is going to be attracted and probably want. But this new design, I like new designs like this. I like, cleanness. You saw Corsair rotate the power supply plugs so that they were, not underneath. You didn't have to reach your hands, but on the back side of the case. I think that that is another great option that they've done. And so I hope that there's still innovations like this continue because, computer building, while I love it, I really enjoy building computers. I like to see new innovations like this because it's like, okay, let's take a look at this, let's build it, and hopefully they migrate over and more companies want to do this and cases support it. And then all of a sudden you have all your cables behind, you have a nice clean build. Especially for those that love to liquid cool and love to do a, RGB, a lighting system on there. I think this is going to be one of those great options for you. I think this looks like a silver top. I think you could get you could get a system that looks very good off of there. So I really do hope that they have it. Looks like they got pretty good cooling and power. You can do extended heat sinks, right? Because guess what? You don't have those extra plugs that you have to worry about here. So doing something like that, getting a better cooling system, especially with power delivery being so crucial, especially with some of these processors being more and more power hungry, and you wanting to have, with all the boosting, to have a good power delivery to stabilize all that. These are some really good options. DIY friendly. I just think it's so cool to have all the I/O on the back. I really hope more cases do it. But they have, I'll post this link in the description below. You can go through it and do it. I really would enjoy a build. I'd go using this motherboard. I'd like to be able to see what it's capable of and be able to go through, walk it out, and give you guys a demo of it. But we'll see if we'll see if I get it. You have the Gen 4 storage on here, and let's see, Gen 4 PCI Express as well. You got the memory slots, BIOS software. Walk through the BIOS again. That would be interesting to see how they've updated it since this MSI board that's in my desktop, which is a Threadripper X399. So it's been a while since I've use their BIOS. You got their lighting, fun. You got their networking, 2.5 gig. I'm glad to see that there's more 2.5 gig stuff. I've got 2.5 gig throughout my house on my Switch, so I think this is a really good option. That'd be nice to have. I already got, my kid's system actually has 2.5 gig networking. Me recording all my videos and everything else, I only got gig, so uh, they have a 12600 in K in their system that they built. You can alwa.always go look up that video if you want, but supports 7000 series, DDR5, 6400, 2.5 gig, M.2, USB, all that stuff. It's not the 650E chipset, not the X670 or X670E, but it's AMD's chipset. I think this could be a great option for you if you're looking to build a system. You want a nice clean build. Definitely take a look at it. Me personally, I like to be able to get it and test it to see how good it is. I'd be interested in it. But yeah, if you do get this, let me know how you like building with it. Let me know what cases you used. I'm very interested to see what the compatibility is. Even if I got a case that might not be compatible, I'd probably like Dremel it out a little bit to be able to get that, and to be able to use something unique like this is really interesting to me, because it's a nice clean board, and I think that having some innovation on the motherboard side is needed in the design and look department as well. So let me know if you guys decide on this board, and what you think of it. There's other boards out there that have a lot more stuff on them, a lot more I/O, etc. And if that's what you need, go with those. But for this B650M, looks pretty unique. So with that, thank you so much for watching and supporting Gray Overload. I really do appreciate it. And do all of the normal stuff, like, subscribe, share the video. It really does help out the channel a lot. And until next time, God bless.